Today, I'm going to begin transforming this stinky old oily Porsche engine into a beautiful coffee table. This project, we're doing something really different. Absolutely love it when an engine tells a story, and this is a perfect example of that.
Hello, hello, hello.
First thing I'm going to do is get these cases split apart, take it all to bits, oil filter off, etc., and get this thing cleaned up. So the two engine cases are in half, and you can see they are stinking, oily, grubby, dirty things. So the next step is going to be to put them in the parts washer. Now this is one of my favorite tools because it's basically, I like to say it's a big dishwasher for car parts. So it's water-based, and you add some cleaning to it and it cleans up beautifully. So I'm going to pop these guys in there one at a time and see how they turn out. Now this is a really, really fun project. So as you can see, we've got the engine sliced in half. This is the cylinder, this is the top. This is going to be done away with, and this is going to be the real highlight of the table. The idea of this table is to do a cutaway so that you can see inside the engine. You're going to be able to see the crankshaft, you're going to be able to see the pistons spin around inside there as if the engine is running, and you can see inside it as it's going. Next step is to get this engine case sandblasted so that it is ready for paint. Now I've got this held together right now with two 10mm bolts just for mock-up purposes. So I'm going to use my trusty snap-on 10mm spanner. Other spanners are available. So I'm going to get this thing unbolted and get each half of this case in the sandblaster at a time, get it all cleaned up. I'm just going to blow the sander. Here we have the frame. So we've got the Porsche lettering on there, we've got the Porsche logos cut out. This is a custom built frame we designed so that this engine block half can sit inside there. It's going to mount on the holes inside the frame. And the handle is going to poke out here. You'll be able to spin it around. All right, so I have both halves of this Porsche engine case cut, mocked up in the frame, been through the cleaner, been through the sandblaster. Now I've got to get them ready for paint. So the next step is to hone out the cylinders because I want them looking nice and shiny. And then we're going to mask them off and get these cases painted. This engine is going to be finished in chalk. which is not actual chalk, but chalk is a colour, Porsche colour. It's like a flat grey. It's to match the customer's car. Now comes the fun part. I get to put this whole engine table together, build the engine up, and show you the party trick as well once it's done. We'll see how it goes. Generally, in assembling this, there'll be some challenges along the way. Something will come up, some paint will get chipped, there'll be some damage, there'll be a part missing, but we're going to get going and we'll see how we get along. So these are 10mm bolts that hold the blocks together, cases, and this is going to go that way. It goes down. Oh, I've got my finger. Ow. Okay. Then this one comes up. It goes around something like that. Okay, beautiful. This bolt's in here just from the paint booth. I had it hanging from that. Okay, so we're just gonna get, it goes that way. This side is threaded, this side's not, so the bolt goes through. It's gonna just catch in there. Now there's a reason why I'm only doing them loosely right now. You can see me tight. And that is because once they're tight, I can't get the I can't get the crankshaft holders in once these are tight. So I'm gonna leave them loose, get the crankshaft holders in, and then tighten these down to bring the blocks together, the cases together. Okay, lovely. At this point as well, I may as well unmask the cylinders. They don't need to be masked up anymore. So we'll get that tape out of there without scratching up the finish of the cylinders too much. Now check this out, this is my favorite noise. Doesn't that sound good? Something about masking tape. All right, I'm kind of thinking out loud here, but as I peeled the masking tape off the cylinders, I was thinking these faces are all going to be flat metal rather than the grey paint. And I'm going to struggle to make a nice job of that once I have pistons in here. So I'm going to go ahead and refinish this top right now. We'll refinish the front and the sides later, but I really need to get this top metal cleaned up before I put the pistons in. So I'll go ahead and do that now. First step is to scrape this with a razor blade. Okay, that's got the worst of the paint off. Next we're going to go over it with a sander with a 320 grip on it, and we'll make this flat surface on top look really nice. Check out how pretty that looks. The top metal face there, this is all now shined up pretty, so I can get back to building it. So next up, I'm going to take my 4 sections of crankshaft carrier that I cut down and try and remember how they went. It's been a while. So I have my deep 12-point socket for these. Guy's going to go in there. So as you can see, each of these I had to make custom. They needed a mounting hole, and then they also needed to line up with one another. So I cut out the whole crankshaft carrier so that we had the right bit left. So this guy has his mount there, and then it holds the crankshaft here. This guy mounts on the side and goes in here. As you can see here, you have a gap. So that is obviously not meant to be like that. This is bolted to this side of the case, this is bolted to this side of the case, and the case is loose. So as I tighten the cases together, these carriers will come together. It's on, but our crank carriers are not lining up, so I'm going to have to loosen them, get them in the right spot, and then try and tighten them down while they're perfectly in the right spot. So I'll do that now. Now, in order to get these perfect, so they line up perfectly, I'm going to use a persuader. Let's give it a little persuasion. Okay, we've got the last one perfectly straight. Just a little persuasion. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Here are the main bearings. Now, these are going to go in those two carriers that I put in the engine just now. I've purposely not sandblasted these because I don't want these to have a rough finish. We're going to add just a little JB weld to the back of them to hold them in place so that they don't move once the table's together. Okay, so I'm going to put this in place. Give it a little tap, seat it in that carrier. Got to get that off my fingers before it goes off. Okay, I'm going to give this a little wipe down just so we don't have any residue left. Now we have the bearings in place. Now for the fun bit, I get to put the crankshaft in. There's a lot of cool details on this crankshaft, and it's going to be such an integral part of the build. It's going to be right in the middle. You can see the locating pin. This is the end where the flywheel will go, so the flywheel would have a locating hole on it, and then the bolts. This is where the timing chains would go on, so 2 chains on this engine connect to those gears. And obviously very small journals on this crankshaft, so it's super cool. It's got some nice stamping on it as well. It's got Germany in it there, the part numbers, 996 numbers. So very cool. First step is going to be to sandblast it, and then I'm undecided on whether to paint it or not. I'm thinking I might just leave it sandblasted and with a clear lacquer. We'll see how it looks when it comes together. Now I'm going to test your mechanical knowledge a little bit. See if you can figure out which of these pistons came from the bad cylinder. So we have number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6. And the answer is the second one that I showed you. Look at that damage. If you didn't get that right, then may I suggest that you do something other than automotive for like the rest of your life. You can see the shape in the piston where it dropped a valve. So a valve obviously got dropped out of the cylinder head in that cylinder and smashed up that piston pretty good. Now I messed up a little bit. As I was blasting that, I saw that I left a bit of the piston ring on. See that guy right there? So I'm gonna get that out right now, and you'll see behind it, it's gonna be still dirty. You have to put it back in the blaster. So I'm just putting the piston in the vise. Spin that vise around. Use a little punch and a hammer just to get in there. Just a little tippy tap. There is the piece of ring that I didn't get out, the offending piece, and you'll be able to see the piston's dirty there. So back in the blaster it goes. The pistons and connecting rods are immaculate now. They've been degreased, scrubbed clean, sandblasted. Look how pretty they look. Next up is to take the piston part and run it on a wire wheel. It gives it a really nice kind of polished metal look, and then I'll put the clear coat on. Pistons and connecting rods are in. Pretty cool. So that's another bad build complete. Very happy with that table. We're gonna build a wooden crate and get it shipped off via a freight truck. And I'm gonna get on with the next build, which just so happens to be another Porsche-based coffee table. So I'm excited. The next one's gonna be red. Came out great. You've got the Porsche lettering, the handle here, and as you spin the handle, you can look down through the glass and see all the pistons and connecting rods moving.